Now that we know what characters are going to be coming to Honkai Star Rail in versions 1.3 and 1.4, I have full confidence that Kafka is gonna remain in a really good spot and stay relevant even through 1.4. So right now where Kafka is, she's in a pretty good spot overall. I do think that her having partners such as Sampo and Luka help her out a lot in being able to detonate DOT and just do a ton of damage with that, especially with her skill and her ultimate. And also her synergy with some other characters, having supports like Silverwolf, Pella, Asta, those characters is really just putting Kafka in a good spot to begin with. Plus with those, the characters that work best with her being on her banner. So pulling for her is, really good for players who want to use her because they're going to be able to build her team, even if they only get like E1 or like even E0 for like Sampo and Luka. And even like Serval as well, who has synergy with Kafka. And while version 1.3 is not going to have really anything that's going to focus on making Kafka herself better specifically, in version 1.4, we are getting a new 4-star in Guinaifen, and she is going to be a Nihility character that is the fire element. And this is really big because right now, in terms of DOT appliers, we have Luka, who's really great at applying bleed. We have Sampo, who's really great at applying wind shear. We have Kafka, who's great at applying shock. Serval's also really good at applying shock. But we don't really have a character that's, on the same level as them for the burn DOT, which is the last DOT that Nihility would need. Now, the two best burn appliers so far in the game are Hook, because Hook does have a 100% base chance on, I believe it's her skill and basic attack, that can apply burn to the enemy. And then also the Fire Trailblazer, specifically running the Trend of the Universal Market light cone, will give a chance for burn to happen as well, which is really nice. And while those are great to be able to apply burn, and Hooks is relatively fine, I do think that if Guinaifen will have a more consistent rate of applying burn and maybe have some DOT like specific mechanics within her kit, then she's going to boost Kafka into becoming even more of a versatile character and make her relevant for a while, because burn will be more accessible for her DOT team. And so with that, you're going to be able to really focus with your teams on what weaknesses you need. And this is especially good for like Memory of Chaos, because, and also Simulated Universe as well if you're struggling with that, but it's mainly because depending on the enemy weaknesses, you're gonna be running different characters. Like for example, when I was looking at the 1.3 live stream with the upcoming Simulated Universe, the Swarm Disaster, the Swarm Disaster boss had weaknesses. I believe it was to Fire, Quantum, and Imaginary. And if you want to run Kafka on your team, you don't have weaknesses for lightning, wind, or physical for those DOTs. But if Guinaifen was there, you'd be able to run her with Kafka. And if you have a Silverwolf, you can run them and create that lightning weakness as well, which is super nice. And yeah, just with Guinaifen, if she is really a good burn applier, then that means every DOT will have a really good character to apply that DOT. Because we would have Guinaifen with burn, with Hook being another option as well. For wind shear, we have Sampo as the main applier. For bleed, we'll have Luka. And then for shock, we'll have Kafka and Serval. So because of that, her team comps become a lot more versatile, and you're able to just do a lot more with them. And just because of that, I think she's going to age extremely well going forward for Star Rail, especially if they add more DOT-centric characters. That's just going to boost Kafka up even more. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below about Guinaifen's possible effect. We don't have, any official information on what she does yet. All we know is that she's Fire Nihility, which I think is going to be a very interesting combination for her. But yeah, with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely be sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. But I will see you all next time.